Hello there, everybody. My name is Jacob, and I'm with my good friend Justin.
You know it.
And today we are going to be talking about two rather infamous episodes of both Power Rangers and a pay per view from 2000 by WCW. Those being Once a Ranger from Operation Overdrive and Bash at the Beach 2000 from WCW.
Oh, yes, we are.
And they're both pretty fucking bad. That's all I'll say so far.
They are both terrible. What are the odds?
Yeah. Let's like go once a Ranger Force since I feel like that's slightly more enjoyable. And also, it's
Slightly
shorter.
is the key word.
Yeah. So, Operation Overdrive is a season that many people, myself included, have like. We don't. Not a lot of people really like it, from what I've seen.
I feel like people like it even less now.
Yeah, because it was it was near the end of the Disney era, and it did kind of get fucked up from, I believe, I think the writer's strike of that was having going on at the time, and also because just in general, I think some backstage, not behind the scenes stuff, but I'm not entirely sure about that. However, regardless of that, this is just a really shitty anniversary special.
I do agree.
So last year, not last year, so last time we were here, we discussed Once a Ranger, and that was the 10th
Correct.
anniversary, and it was really good. And we decided to then go for the polar opposite and talk about a special that is really bad. So let's give a brief synopsis on what happens, and then we'll air our thoughts on it. So, Once a Ranger has the son of Rita and Zed try to get rid of the Power Rangers, and he actually does do it for a
Here's the
brief bit.
first red flag of this episode. Who the hell is this guy? Why does he exist? And also, who cares?
Yeah, because well, here's the issue. Well, for one, I can't even remember his fucking name because he's honestly really forgettable.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. His name was what was his fucking name? I don't want to say it was Thorax.
That's
Thrax?
close. Yeah,
It was
Drax.
Yeah, Thrax. You could effectively replace Thrax with like any other monster of the week, and it would have literally no change to the story.
I don't know,
Like,
man. Uh, Beetleborgs had nothing to do with Forever Red, but we got some Beetleborgs, so what's up
well,
with
the
that?
thing is that at least with those were just that was just Saban reusing the suits. They weren't actually the Beetleborgs.
This is Disney just making a terrible costume.
Yeah, because really, outside of references to Vita and Zed made by Thrax, really, he does not. He doesn't have any unique things about him outside of his design, which even then isn't that good.
You know, I think the real problem is that if you tie the continuity to Lord Zed and Rita, you also are saying that the destruction of all evil was canon, so how did any of the villains who are here right now even exist? Like, there's
Uh
a reason why In Space and Lost Galaxy aren't really in the same timeline.
oh god, yeah. Well, granted, I don't. Well, has there ever been like an official timeline for Power Rangers? Because I know OPM takes place in a separate universe, but most of the seasons take place in the main continuity.
So I think it's just RPM and Dino Charge take place in other universes,
Yeah.
but like they they each have their own canon of events that they confirm is canon because like not everything is known
Oh, yeah.
canon for each season.
And obviously, this is ignoring the Boom comics, which are kind of their own thing.
Their own good thing, but anyway.
Yeah. So basically, Thrax gets all of the different factions of the monsters to take away the Rangers' powers because they easily kick their asses.
Of course.
And so the Morphers are busted, but they still decide to actually attempt to stop them, which is kind of confusing from something that later happens. But we'll get to
The
that.
Sentinel Knight fucks everything up.
Yeah. So what happens is they go to was it Stonehenge they go to?
Yes, Stonehenge.
Yeah. They go to Stonehenge, and so what happens is we get the, quote, Retro Rangers.
So retro, it's a year ago.
Yeah, so I assume this is probably because of the production of the episode, and I really don't blame them in this case, but they were kind of limited towards who they can bring in. Instead of having somebody represent a good decent bit from the Zordon era, from the post-Zordon era, and then from the Disney era, we just get primarily Disney stuff from the past 4 years and Mighty Morphin Black.
I mean, granted, we weren't as far into Power Rangers at this point, so not as much to pull from.
Yeah, and flying in like one person from every season would kind of be really hard, since especially at this time, I think Power Rangers' budget was like slowly going. It was decreasing compared to what they had before.
I'm guessing that D. Frank was unable to do this because it's still shooting New Zealand, right?
Yeah, Power Rangers. They always kept on shooting in New Zealand since Ninja
And
Storm.
yet he could do it for Ninja Steel anyway.
I assume it was just because they had a better budget and could fly in more people, since they did manage to get.
Didn't he like have some reason why he didn't want to do it or something?
I don't know. I'm not entirely. I haven't.
Something about his son or something.
Oh, that was Oh, you're talking about like Dino Thunder, because I remember in the middle of Dino Thunder he left. He briefly only did voiceovers because he wanted to spend time with his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't happen in Ninja Steel. I think because yeah. So basically, the Retro Rangers are respectively, as I mentioned before, Mighty Morphin Black, Blue Wind Ranger, Yellow Dino Thunder, Red SPD, and Green Mystic Force.
Now, we must clarify that that's not real red SPD, that's Bridge.
Yes, because in the continuity, because since this, okay, so SPD takes place in the future, but at this point, the Sentinel Knight, who was the person who kind of brings in all the Rangers,
See, the Sentinel Knight is magic, therefore he can do what he wants.
Yeah, except repel the power of the Rangers for some reason.
But you see, that's not magic, so.
Yeah.
But it's so dumb.
Yeah. So Bridge was originally the blue. Well, he was originally green, then got promoted to blue, then got promoted to red by the end of SPD.
By the end of SPD, Sky was red, actually.
Oh. Yeah. But
in this firm that he eventually became red.
Okay. That okay. I see what you're saying.
And
So
I still love how SPD like does it. Like in the original SPD, it's just like, oh, the guys move up, but the girls stay the same. But in comics and like later things, they actually do change that, which is fun.
that is actually really good. Also, I don't know why, but you kind of sound like a robot right now, and I don't know why.
It's weird.
Oh, God, is it still... Oh, no. Oh, Is the mic issues going to continue?
I don't think so.
Okay, I mean, it's a lot better than... It's a lot better than the Echo, so I guess we'll deal with it.
Yeah, I'll just deal with it.
Oh, it's actually better now. Okay.
And I'm showing my cyborg side.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the Sentinel Knight says, hey, we can't repair your Morphers, so these are the new Power Rangers. And the Rangers say, oh, shit, we can't be Power Rangers anymore, so they just quit.
I mean, you can't be Power Rangers, but you can, like, be heroes. That would be cool. You fucking idiots.
Yeah, this is one thing that I can understand people's. This is one thing that really kind of serves to highlight how much the fucking Overdrive team sucks, and that's because they're not really heroic. Most Power Ranger teams, after and before this, even when they have the period of time when they can't or don't have their powers, they still will try to help out. Hell, they did it before in the episode, so why couldn't they just act as essentially assistants?
Well, you see, they got their asses kicked, so they're like, fuck that.
But they got their asses kicked before, like before they went to Stonehenge. But they went to Stonehenge anyways.
Well, it's a shitty writing, so.
Yeah. So, in order to fix the morphing grid, the Retro Ranger team decides to find a old friend of theirs who also appeared in the last episode we covered. That being Alpha 5. I say Alpha 5 in quotations because this is not Alpha 5.
No, this is a, like, burner version of Alpha that they just found in a box.
It's the dollar store version of Alpha. That's what I can assume, because it does not feel like Alpha. The voice is more annoying, and it just feels like
this is the Alpha you find when a Russian chick asks you to find an alien.
Yeah. And so
You get those Crystal Skull references.
it just yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. And also, at this time, the Rangers are now returning to their regular lives, meaning we don't really get much. We barely get any interaction between the two teams, which is really sucky.
What's the point of a crossover, right?
Yeah, you might as well have this it really doesn't feel... It feels like they had in mind, like, a bigger thing, but because of time constraints, they were just kind of stuck with this, which is a similar thing that happened to Forever Red, but I haven't heard anything.
Also, the similar thing that happened in the next one.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
So, meanwhile, with the regular team, they go ahead and they want to find this, like, the sword Excelsior, which is something that only appears in this episode, and I don't think appears afterwards. Though I might be wrong about that. I hope I'm wrong about that. That is. So they go. So Mac, who's the Red Ranger, also known as the fucking robot of the show, because just spoilers for all three of you who care about it. Mac is a robot.
If you don't know, like, more than 10 years later.
Yeah. So, the Thrax tries to get the sword for himself, but the Overdrive team says, nah, we're gonna have the fucking thing, and
this creepy shit.
Yeah, and the statue comes alive.
Okay, didn't need that.
Which,
Bye.
Impressive makeup, but holy shit, is that terrifying.
It's basically a weeping angel, but okay.
Yep. And meanwhile, while this is happening, the Retro team are using I believe the Overdrive Zords to defeat a monster, but they're having really hard times doing so. But eventually the Overdrive team manages to get the sword after Courage or some bullshit like that. It's kind of pulled out of their ass. We'll just say Courage.
It's bad.
Yeah. And so Mac grabs the sword from the lady, and he rushes to the giant monster and slices it in half.
Carter was better.
Yeah, because, like, this is effective.
You actually, like, enjoy Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and also, yeah, Lightspeed Rescue is just a better season, but here, it's just, you know, I know Power Rangers is dumb, but, like, this is pretty dumb.
Here's the difference between Power Rangers just being dumb and this being bad. Like, you can't do this. Like, this is just terrible. It's like, why would you do that? You're ruining suspension of disbelief. It's fucking terrible.
Well, it's not even that. It just kind of feels like that's it. That's all it takes. It like I know that it's a MacGuffin item, and it's but like why? Just doesn't that kind of devalue using the swords? Why couldn't they? Why can't they use it afterwards?
Because we need to get this done as fast as possible. That's why.
Okay, so basically, Alpha manages to restore the powers of the Overdrive team. They go into a quarry next to some mountains and have a huge ass fight, and they don't have the Mighty Morphin music.
Because of course not.
Yeah.
They do have all the other better themes.
Yeah, and the action it's passable. Like, admittedly, I do feel like the catalyst explosions when they just slow down a lot and shoot behind them is a bit overdone. But it's most of the action is actually good. But everything around it is not.
Yeah, they're really trying with the action, but it's like, ew.
Yeah. So then they defeat Thrax, and also I believe it was Adam, who's the fucking Mighty Wolf Black Ranger. I think he gets the little power up thing, the shield thing, which actually is a pretty cool visual.
It's like that silver thing that they have.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I do like. One thing I did appreciate about Overdrive is because I know they use that power and swap it around each other, which is kind of similar to Tommy's shield in Mighty Morphin, except that
was Tyzon in this movie?
Tyzon. Yeah, Tyzon was in this episode. This was after when Tyzon joined.
Why wasn't there Sixth Ranger representation?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure.
Like, I don't know. One of the Six Rangers, like, we don't have anybody from Ninja, do we? We do.
No, we do. We have everyone from the Disney seasons.
Okay, so pick a Sixth Ranger.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But
or have Tommy show up. Huh.
Yes, have Tommy be all the Rangers secretly.
Yeah.
The Tommy Oliver show starring the Power Rangers.
There's enough.
Yeah. So basically,
Tommy as the Red Ranger, Tommy as the Green Ranger, Tommy as the Black Ranger, Tommy as the White Ranger, and Tommy as the other Red Ranger.
Had no mentor, Tommy. So then the episode ends. They all celebrate and say, "Go, Power Rangers!" This
Rangers
sucked.
Forever thing.
Yeah, I think it might have been either Go Power Rangers or Rangers Forever.
Rangers Forever is the worst fucking catchphrase in this entire series.
So
I hate it so much.
This episode comparing it to Forever Red
it is light years behind.
Yeah. I will admit, this is in terms of Power Rangers season, in terms of anniversary team ups, this is, I would say, this is below Dimensions in Danger, but higher than the Legendary Battle.
Everything is higher than the Legendary Battle.
Yeah, because Legendary Battle, I feel like it's one of those things where they definitely had a plan for it, but for some reason it just all fell apart.
You see, the entire series of Super Sentai that you were adapting gave you the bones for a perfect anniversary, and you fucked it.
Yeah.
Fucked it until it died.
But we'll get to Super Mega Force whenever we get to Super Mega Force.
Whenever we have the time to bother.
And yeah, because I've seen Super Mega Force way too many times than I should have.
Yes, I just watch it on mute for the costumes.
Then why don't you just watch Gokaiger then?
That means I have to read.
Anyways.
I wish Dr. Red showed up in this.
Well,
say this is stupid, stop it.
But this is just, it doesn't, there's not enough interaction between the two teams. There's really
none.
It really shows to highlight the issues with the Overdrive team and how they're just not exactly fit to be Rangers a lot of the time.
Gee, it's almost like if you have no criteria for your Rangers, you get pieces of shit.
And there's some things that specifically exist within this episode that aren't mentioned afterwards, which is kind of normal for Power Rangers, but at least
How is
with
it? How is it that the criteria of teenagers with attitude produces better Rangers than this? Seriously, it's like you guys are fucking terrible.
probably because the writers just didn't care.
Yeah, we were at that point in Power Rangers at this point. It got better, and then it got worse.
What do
and
you
then
mean it got
okay.
better than got well? Okay, in the Neo Saban era, it got worse, but the last
Literally in the next couple, it got so much better.
yeah,
Then it
and the
got
next
so much
yeah,
worse.
Jungle Fury and OPM. I've said this multiple times, but those are probably the two best seasons of the Disney era.
Yeah, yeah. And then it got worse for a long time.
And then Hasbro. I mean, Hasbro's era started off kind of rocky, but Dino Charge is it not Dino?
I mean,
What's it called?
sort of. Dino Fury.
Dino Fury. Dino Fury is well, from what I've seen, it's pretty good.
So Hasbro started off rocky, you're saying?
Well, I mean, kind of. I know I liked Beast Morphers, and a lot of people did, but
I didn't.
yeah, and
Didn't at all.
I was about to say that some people also really didn't like Beast Morphers from what I've seen, although I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, who's got two thumbs and hates Beast Morphers with a passion? This guy. Can you make an animation of that, please?
But the thing is that with this season, with the season overall, not only is the team just not that great, but
It was a dark time for Power Rangers.
But this episode in particular, it just kind of feels very slapped together. Like they kind of felt like, oh, old school fans will like the return of Alpha and the son of
Here's
Rita
a
and
quick
Zed.
question. Do you enjoy the Bowcanger suits?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know, they're okay.
Like, I can see why some people could say that they aren't exactly the best. However, I just think they're okay. For some reason, I like the little lights on their helmets. That's the one.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, final verdict. The show sucks.
The season overall sucks, and this episode is really, like, in definitely the top 10 worst of the entire season. So let's talk about Bash at the Beach.
Oh boy. I was about to get my hopes up, and then they went back down.
So, let me set the stage. At this time, WCW was... Oh, what'd you say?
Vince Russo.
Yeah, Vince Russo joined the company in late '99 after Jeff Jarrett left the WWF at that year's No Mercy pay-per-view. And immediately afterwards, the amount of screwy bullshit, fucking...
Why did Jeff Jarrett ever go to the WWE, honestly?
I think it was I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe because...
Got that China match, though.
Yeah, that China match was really...
Where they topped out and didn't let her actually become the real Intercontinental Champion, but who cares?
Oh, no, wait, no, but she did... Wait, but...
They were co-champions, weren't they?
No, that happened shortly afterwards with Jericho and Chyna.
Did she actually win?
Yeah, she did. So what? Yeah, she did. So it was a rematch from, I believe, Unforgiven, and what happened was she won the match. She won the rematch, and she got the title. But I believe a month or two afterwards, the stuff with Chris Jericho happened, and they became co-champions.
Bottom line, either make a women's Intercontinental Champion or actually try harder.
I wish they just I wish they had booked her into like a better like a more steady reign. Like Chyna wasn't always the best wrestler, but it would have been
we do
interesting.
all kind of wish that Chyna got a better rap, but who cares?
Yeah. Anyway, so as I was saying, at this moment WCW is in the shitter. There was some glimpses of hope, but for the most part, the WWF is kicking their ass. The WWF is really kicking everybody's ass since ECW is also getting affected by it because all the talents being
ECW's an
raided.
even bigger shit show.
Yeah, well, no, well, a shit show in terms of like what's going on behind the scenes. And from what I've, because I do watch.
I mean, Living Dangerously. That's some shit right there.
Yeah, but that's one pay-per-view.
This is one pay-per-view.
Yeah, but this is a longer strain of shit. Like
Wasn't, like, most of ECW in 2000 plagued with money issues?
Yes, because their talent was
like,
being raided, TNN wasn't giving them money, and
Yeah.
also,
Is TNN still a network?
yes, they were it was originally TNN, then it transformed to Spike TV, and
yes.
then Spike TV became the Paramount Network.
Oh.
Yeah, which now currently airs Ball Rescue, whatever that show is.
Okay.
So
Sure.
basically, this is definitely one of the worst fucking pay-per-views I've seen in a long, long time. And it also is the third pay-per-view in a row involving things relating to Vince Russo.
Yeah. Gee, it's almost like anything related to that man in wrestling sucks.
Yeah.
Next time, let's do the Kennel from Hell.
No, we already decided what we're going to
review Unforgiven. Do it.
We already decided what we're going to be reviewing next week.
Fine.
So, anyways, let's get on with the show. So, firstly, it starts off with this really weird segment where the cat gets attacked by the young dragons.
Ever notice that the crowd is just stone-faced watching this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it's like they told him, just don't react, just watch, be quiet, let us do this stupid scene, and we'll be done.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
It's just so fucking weird. So the cat basically mumbles to his driver, I think, and he says, "Hey, so the match with MIA and the Filthy Animals, they're both bald from ringside. It's just gonna be
Hey,
regular."
guess who gets to be at ringside in this match?
Oh, you'll never guess it. So he mumbles that to his driver, and then fucking the young dragons come in, beat the shit out of him.
Whoa!
And that's how we open the show.
Wonderful. Next.
Next, the first match on our card is Lieutenant Loco, otherwise known as Chavo Guerrero, representing the representing the MIA, taking on Juventud Guerrera, representing the Filthy Animals for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship.
You mean the Juicerweight Championship?
Yes, the Juicerweight Championship, because
Thank you, Markman.
because in this match, Hoovy actually in this
took the
storyline,
belt.
he took the belt and calls himself the Juicerweight Champion. Which
I don't think he called himself that.
oh yeah, Mark Madden dubbed him that, but he did call
Fuck
himself
that guy.
We'll get to Mark Madden in a bit, but he did call himself the Juice, which is a parody of The Rock, and I'm not sure if that's bad. Or
Could also be an OJ reference.
Okay.
It was called the Juice.
I mean, yeah, but like,
Because OJ.
I know that, but given but I've seen clips where he like impersonates The Rock, but just calls himself the Juice.
Well, like it could be an OJ reference. It was the year 2000. That's only a couple years removed from the OJ trial. But anyway,
So this is actually a
at
good
least it's not
match.
gold dust.
Yeah. So this is actually a good match because Chavo and Hoovy are both really good workers. What does bog this match down is all the screwy bullshit that happens in between it.
That's what happens with every single Vince Russo match ever. You can't focus on the wrestling, so you do this bullshit.
Because the MIA comes out and the fucking masks, and then
It's Bill Clinton.
God, but who knew Bill Clinton was a fan of WCW?
Well, it's not the first president.
Yeah, but it's actually the fucking. I believe it was Huge Erection. That's what's his name. I believe.
Hugh Morris.
Hugh Morris.
Huge Erection.
And then Filthy Animals also come out. By the way, the fucking Disco sucks. Disco is a part of Filthy Animals at this point, and she's
It's
like
disc. Oh.
Disco. and he's like, he's like,
Conan's doing his like, "What's up, whoop de whoop whoop," and he's like, "Oh, I'm doing the same thing." It's like, shut up.
he's like
Shut up.
he's like this kind of white guys that try to pretend they're black.
Isn't like later on in the year, Cat's just like, just shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah. Actually, at the very next pay-per-view, New Blood Rising.
He's like, "Word to your mother," like, just don't get the hell out of my office.
Yeah, that happens. So
It's-
if the interference spots weren't there, this would have been an actually really good match.
You ever wish that Disco had a better life? Like he had a better tenure?
I feel like he actually did start off pretty good when he was, I think, television champion. And as a kind of like mid-card gimmick, it was pretty good. But then by the end of WCW's existence, he was being used more and more, and you get to the point where it gets just annoying. And
I feel
also,
like that's the entire thing with WCW. Is
Yeah.
You keep doing this until you like it, but you don't like it.
the fact that I remember him saying in a shoot interview something like, "Oh, he's women's wrestling won't draw," or something like that.
I beg to differ,
Yeah.
sir.
Fuck off, Disco. I might be misquoting him
You
on
were
that.
in Ring of Glory. Fuck off.
I might be misquoting that, but I do remember him saying something along those lines in an interview.
What is it with guys and saying that things they're not a part of won't draw? Like Vince Russo with luchas.
Yeah, that, like, I remember
Like
him
you
saying that.
don't know that.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And what the fuck do you mean a fucking luchador or Japanese star won't draw in America?
Are
As
you
New
racist, bro?
I mean, it sounded pretty fucking racist, especially considering the fact that even in the 90s, fucking Japanese stars were drawing, like Masahiro Tanaka in ECW, anyone?
Literally in this company is the Great Muta, and you're saying that stars like that won't draw? My ass.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
This
Anyway.
company that booked Jushin Liger, you can fuck off with that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did I... Speaking of Jushin Liger, I remember he lost the IWG Championship on Nitro once to, I think, Hoovy.
Oh, God.
But I think that was kind of a, I think that was an
Jushin.
unofficial title reign.
Oh, Jushin, you beautiful bastard.
Yeah. But also, at one point, I think it's a Major Gun, she comes out and tries to take her tops off.
Oh, yeah, just take the tits off. Just take them
Just-
off.
Tits. Because Vince Russo loves putting that shit in his wrestling.
He loves everything but wrestling.
Yeah.
So why the fuck is he booking for a wrestling company?
Because money?
Why did you get into this business, you fucking idiot?
So,
Like, why
anyways.
couldn't you just be a magazine editor?
That's actually... yeah, well, he was.
He was the editor for the magazine.
Vice
until-
Venom.
and still, Vince calls him up and he's like, I thought I was gonna get like fired, and it's like, you're gonna be the top guy.
God.
I
So
wish you were fired.
So this match ends with Chavo picking up the win and retaining the Cruiserweight Championship.
Good for him.
Next match is Vito defending the Hardcore Championship against Norman Smiley and Ralphus.
I hate this match.
This is basically just beating up an
Let's
old man
beat up
for
an old fat person right now.
like in a
I
fucked
like
up
his shirt though.
in a fucked up way. It's kind of funny in like a morbid sort of way, but at the same time it just kind of ends
See,
up
this
being
is what
really
happens
sad.
when Chris Jericho goes to the WWE. It's like, we gotta do something with this old guy. Let's make him die.
And Norman Smiley,
He
it's
doesn't
just
do much in this
and also
match.
one confusing thing is they for some reason they go out to the ring first and then brawl to the back. Why not just start in the back?
Yeah, I don't really get that one. It
So
just
this is
kinda
just
happens.
one huge brawl. Vito
It's
is
like you
kicking
have to
ass.
start in the ring, and then start in the back, and then come to the ring.
It's kind of like a boiler. It's kind of like a boiler room brawl,
Except
except
it's just backstage.
yeah.
There's a bunch of trash cans And then Ralphus gets his ass beat, and then Vito wins.
And yeah, and Norman's because and like Ralphus is in the ring, he gets pinned, and like Norman Smiley, you can tell he's supposed to try to break it up, but it doesn't look like he's trying to.
It's like he wasn't quite ready for it.
Yeah, this is just the 6-minute shitfest.
And doesn't Vito go on to fight his brother over their sister?
Yes, he does.
Or like their sister love interest.
Something along those lines. That happens later on in
Next.
in the year.
Next.
Daphne versus Miss Hancock in a wedding gown match. This is the worst match on the card.
I don't know about that.
No, I would say it's the worst fucking match on the card because here's the thing.
Here's the thing, it's not really a fucking match.
Yeah, that's the reason why. It's not a match.
It's a cake match.
So they play a video.
The stipulation is not fulfilled in a competitive manner.
So they play.
Like, what's the point?
So they play a video package explaining that David Flair was
a blonde-haired, blue-eyed floozy, apparently.
Floozy.
Also, how the fuck do you actually spell floozy? Because I don't think that's how it's spelled.
Just they don't care. I don't care.
I doubt that's how it's spelled.
So David Flair is kind of at before this he was at odds between picking.
He's one 2-time wheelin' dealin' guy.
Yeah, because he was originally with Daphne, but then he went with Miss Hancock.
Rich still got him beat by like what 20 women.
Oh, most definitely. And so then they decide to do a wedding gown match, where the goal is to whip the wedding gown off your opponent.
Is Daphne wearing a skin-colored bodysuit because her dress is too see-through?
I don't think so.
I feel like that's what was going on.
But, well, regardless of what it is, well, firstly, they spoil what's going to happen in the match via when I believe it was Hancock making the entrance. Because there's a cake.
Is Daphne any better in TNA?
Yes, from what I've heard, she's good, but she had to, I believe, stop wrestling in 2011 because of a injury she took on Impact.
God damn it.
So
what is it with cool goth chicks and getting injured?
Yeah. So, but as I was saying, they spoil it immediately. Mark Madden, I think, spoils it.
Thanks, Mark Madden. You're great.
Yeah.
You're an amazing commentator.
Because he says, "Oh, there's a wedding cake in the ring. Oh, there's no way this can end well. We all know how cakes are wrestling." So I think it's time we mention Mark Madden is the worst fucking commentator I've ever heard.
He's the worst version of the Jerry Lawler.
Yeah. He tries to be witty. He tries to be, that kind of like the kind of thing Jerry Lawler was in '98. But he doesn't.
I don't know if this is ad lib or if this is scripted, but whoever it is, it's stupid.
He's trying so hard and like stop. It doesn't work as well. In fact, I think it comes off a bit more creepier.
I just love how eventually Tony's just done with this asshole.
Yeah, because I feel like Jerry Lawler, he was the kind of person who understood it was wrong, but like kind of hyped it up for the camera to add to his whole heel persona. With Mark Madden, I get the feeling that he's not playing a character. He's actually saying this.
It's very possible.
Yeah. So this match, it's a shit fest. They brawl a bit.
Let's break this match down.
So
the ladies are fighting, and it's not very good because neither one is really that trained at this point.
Yeah, and
then David shows up, takes his pants off. The ref gets pantsed. Then Crowbar shows up.
He pantses himself,
falls over, and then the match just stops.
No, the match
just starts taking off her gown, and then the cake.
She goes in.
She stops cake first.
She grabs the microphone and says, "Stop! I know what you want. Hit my music." Takes the gown off, starts dancing. Then the cake happens, and they all fight, and the cake gets all over the arena.
You do a wonderful impression.
Thank you. So this is what the fuck? What the fuck is this match? Like, what the hell? I mean, like, of all the fucking bullshit I saw last time with WWA, I have not seen. This is worse.
At least WWA has a clean match so far. This is 3 messed up matches in a row.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh, and don't expect to get rid of that cake so easily, because it's gonna be here the whole night.
Like, this feels like a match that belongs in a Nitro. It doesn't. Is this
All of this feels like a Nitro.
Oh.
None of this had to be on pay-per-view. You did not have to pay to see this.
Like, oh my god. It's just like. But.
Now let's get to the saddest part of this. The cake.
Oh.
On the fucking mats. Oh my god.
So because they don't have any, like, they don't have a hose, they don't have
Well,
a
they have
bucket,
some hose, but they don't have a hose.
They don't. Jesus. They don't have. They don't
That's
have.
one Mark Madden joke.
They don't have a bucket. They don't have a. They don't have a
mop.
mop. They don't have
towels.
They have towels and water bottles.
They don't even have real towels. They have paper towels. They have paper towels and water
And it gets
bottles.
to the point where in a later match,
They just flipped the mats over.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
and
then someone pulls one up, and there's still cake there.
that happens in a later match. Yes. Oh my god! And this the worst part is WCW had a lot of money because they were owned by Turner. You guys couldn't buy a mop? Did the arena not have a mop?
Did the arena not have any form of being able to clean?
Oh my god!
Are you kidding me?
We are only like 25 minutes into this fucking pay-per-view.
And we already see how cheap WCW is.
Okay,
Next
match.
match.
Chronic versus Perfect Event.
My god, an actual wrestling match. It's a fucking miracle.
It's actually decent. Chronic is okay. Perfect Event is
They spoiled the
decent.
finish again.
Yeah, but
Although this time it was Scott.
yeah, Scott. Scott is at least a lot better than Mulk. He's like
trying.
He's like the in between. I feel like he was a lot better when it was just him and Tony.
Yeah.
But this is just a decent match.
Two big boys get into a fight.
I feel like
this match.
I feel like they used the choke slam like 3 times in this match. The double choke slam.
Probably.
And eventually, Chronic picks up the win, and they win the tag team championships because the Perfect Event were the then reigning champions until Chronic pinned them.
And they withstood the Lex Flexor. Who cares?
Yeah, the thing is with this match is that I feel like while it's decent, there isn't a lot of memorable parts in it outside of the finish, which involves the Lex Flexor. So as
Well, you see, even though this match is at least more normal, there's still a bunch of bullshit because the Lex Flexor is stupid. Who cares?
Okay, so then we get a match I actually am looking forward to. Chris Kanyon versus Booker T.
Yay! Brick!
Yeah, so at this time, Kanyon is kind of doing a parody of DDP because he was briefly friends with DDP, but turned on him and then started imitating him, calling himself Positively Kanyon. And he was carrying his book around, and Booker T this was just lumped into this match because I honestly forgot why.
I want to believe it's because Booker T. I want to believe that because it sounds funny.
That I knowing Russo, I wouldn't be surprised.
Not at all.
So it's actually good. There's some brawling out to the outside, but there's some pretty good wrestling.
Until you get to the finish.
Yeah, because Kanyon has a book. Canyon's book. There's a brick, and for some reason, and I believe early in the match, Booker T takes out the brick.
Yeah, he grabs the book, the brick drops out of it, and then he just leaves it there.
Yeah, which is
and
a small
Kanyon
move.
comes back and gets the book, doesn't know that there's not a brick in there somehow,
and hits Booker
hits
T
him
with it.
And it doesn't really do anything, and he loses.
Well, actually, what happens is him taking out the brick happens earlier on. Later in the match, for the finish, Kanan picks up the book, hits Booker T, and Booker T pretends like there was still brick in it. However, if anybody who knows basic weight and physics and shit should know that if you pick up that a book would have been a lot lighter than when he was originally carrying it.
You see, if you have a hollowed out book for a brick and the brick is no longer in there, it will not be the same weight.
So Booker T immediately gets up by doing the Spit-a-Rooney, hits him with the scissors kicks, I believe, and
I want to know who actually in real life has the time to hollow out a book for something.
Maybe Kennedy just has a lot of free time.
Has that ever really happened?
No, I don't think so. But
like, you see in movies how people like hollow it out for a random object or like a gun or something. It's like, why did you have the time to do that? Just put it in a safe or something.
But Kanan wins the match, and this was at least a good match.
It's the Canyon Cutter.
Oh yeah, he wins with the Canyon Cutter. Yeah.
Shoulders back, chest out, at ease.
Yeah, it's at least a decent match.
So Booker sees through the deception and still loses. Okay. Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Scott Steiner taking on Mike Awesome. Now, I love Mike Awesome. I'm not really the biggest fan of Scott Steiner.
Yeah, he's an asshole, but he's funny.
Well, no, it's not because he's an asshole. It's just because I don't really like his style of wrestling. Mike Awesome I'm a fan of because he's one of the people who can combine, like big boy shit with cruiserweight shit.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a real nothing match until the end.
Is this before or after that 70s guy?
This is before that 70s guy. Right now, he is the Fat Chick Thriller.
Ah.
Oh,
so it's the freak versus the fat chick guy. Hooray.
Yes. Oh, also, I actually forgot to mention something about the last match. The reason why Booker T lost was because
he got kabonged.
Yeah, because Jeff Jarrett kabonged him. The reason why is because
Jeff Jarrett's pissed.
Yeah, because earlier in the show, he goes to the cat and says, "Hey, where was Hogan? I want Hogan. Da 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 da. I'm gonna go fuck up the show if Hogan doesn't show up." And so, yeah, that's what happens. Anyways, back.
Not have Hogan. That would be great.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the match we were actually talking about. So the highlight really comes at the end, where Scott Steiner is trying to get the Steiner recliner locked in, but the cat banned the move a while back, and he goes out in near the end of the match and says,
"Let me set the scene."
Okay.
The cat goes out, telling Steiner, "Don't you put it on." And then he puts it on, and he gets disqualified. The fuck?
And then he acts surprised.
I mean, he literally told you, bro. Like, come on. Come on, bro. You gotta do it, bro.
Yeah. Now you sound like Vince Russo.
I know, bro.
Now the good thing is that what happened after this is that they would hold a tournament to declare a new U.S. champion. And that would eventually... the winner of that would be Lance Storm, who would then start with the Team Canada stable and rename it to the Canadian Championship, I believe.
Do you remember Glacier?
Yes, I do. Of course I do. He actually feuded with Mortis, I believe.
I was looking at my Mortal Kombat poster and it thought about it. Anyway, back to this.
Yeah. Okay, next match. Very interesting one. The Demon Del Toro with, I think it was Asia or Midnight.
Yes, it's Asia.
Okay.
She is literally a giant China ripoff. Get over it.
Yeah. Taking on Vampiro in a graveyard match, otherwise known as a cinematic match if it had half the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
the only good part about this was Vampiro jumping out of the water.
That actually was a pretty cool visual, but a lot of it is kind of, I feel like, the thing is that in a lot of ways it's a precursor to the cinematic matches we saw in 2020, but...
I'm kind of glad those are done.
Really? I like them.
I don't know.
I like them when they were done well, because there was a lot of times when they weren't.
What was that shit that, like, Impact was doing with the house?
Oh, Wrestle House. Those were just like a series of sketches in Impact.
Wasn't it like haunted or something?
It was because Rosemary and Johnny Bravo were moving into a house, and somehow, some way, she got.
Johnny Bravo?
Johnny Bravo.
Was he blonde and had a giant chest?
I think he actually was. I think he was blonde. I don't think he had a chest, but he did die later on.
Okay.
He died on an episode of Impact, which was primarily served to write off Tyra Valkyrie because she was leaving for NXT.
Anyway,
so basically, this is, like I said, in a precursor to cinematic matches, and I can kind of respect that, but also I feel like cinematic matches do it well because this was filmed like a backstage segment.
Man, can Vampiro just get a break, bro?
Yeah, Vampiro is really good, but in WCW...
Just team with ICP already.
Yeah, dude, fucking... I see... Like, don't get me wrong. Actually, yeah. The Adult Carnival.
That happened for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm still surprised they got the Great Muta fucking join there. The gang.
Well, it's like Raven was in it for a week, and then he left, so they had to get the other guys, and it's like, okay.
Yeah. But like
Demon was in it too.
Oh my god, really? Wow. But it's kind of just this match is it's kind of interesting, and there's some cool bits like when I think Vampiro uses a mist on Demon.
He uses the red viscous fluid.
Yes, which is a trope I always love in wrestling.
It's a blood.
Yeah. And eventually it ends with Vampiro putting away Demon Del Toro in a coffin. And he won the match, I guess?
Oh, why do they call him that? Just call him the Demon, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Why are you using his real name? Thought the whole point of calling him the Demon was so that you didn't have to call him Demon Dale Torborg.
So next match...
It sucks, anyway.
Yeah. Next match is Buff Bagwell taking on Shane Douglas. Buff Bagwell sucks.
Yes, he does. He sucks a lot.
This is just kind of an okay match, and it's just...
Save.
This is also where
Buff Bagwell for greed.
Yeah, this is also where the cake thing that you mentioned comes into play.
Yes, he pulls up the mat to do it on the concrete, and there's still cake on the mat.
Yep. Finish of the match is when I believe it was the finish of the match is when I believe it was Buff's valet. I think he had...
yes, this bullshit.
Yeah, he comes out, turns on him, and signs with Shane.
So, what was it?
With a really bad low blow.
It was... Tori? Whatever the fuck her name was?
I think so.
Some blonde chick, because they're all blonde, because obviously. Some big-breasted blonde lady who they hired only for one reason... turns on both of them, then joins the other. The idea of the swerve of a swerve is stupid, and I hate it.
Yeah. The reason why we don't have much to say about it is because it really was just a forgettable match outside of the finish.
It's the same bullshit that you see in every stupid match, which is, oh, I'm going to go with one guy, and then I go with another guy. It's like, stop it. If you're going to go with somebody, just go with one person and don't go with the other. Very simple.
So then we get what makes the show really significant.
Oh God, we're already here. Oh God.
Okay, so
Fuck Vince Russo.
Okay, well, firstly I need some backgrounds because this is important.
Vince Russo is an asshole. There's your background.
Okay, so
sorry, Hulk Hogan is an asshole.
Both everyone's an asshole.
Everyone sucked in WCW.
So Hogan wanted to win the belt, but Vince Russo wanted Jarrett to be champion. So then what happens is I think the original plan was the match was going to go as such, which is what we're going to discuss right now. So the match, so after some delays, Jeff Jarrett comes out with Russo looking visibly pissed, and then Hogan comes out. Actually, no, wait. Hogan comes out first, then Jarrett comes out, who is visibly pissed. Jarrett comes out, lies down for Hogan. Russo throws the belt into the ring. Hogan pins him, 1, 2, 3. And then Hogan grabs the microphone and says, "Is this your idea, Russo? This is why the company's in the damn shape it's in, because of bullshit like this." And then it walks out with the belt.
Never to be seen again.
Yeah. So, well,
I in some ways I can understand Russo and Jarrett's confusion and anger at this and wanting to do this to fuck over Hulk Hogan. Granted, fucking over Hulk Hogan is a great thing and everyone should do it. But you could have done it in such a better way. You could have left this shit in the fucking locker room, not here. We didn't need to see this.
but here's the thing. This was all originally okay, so here's the thing. To my knowledge, this was all originally in storyline. Yes, Jarrett and Hogan did have differences and did have some issues, but this was all a part of the storyline in terms of what happened here.
Okay, yeah.
The
so
original...
this was actually a part of it.
Yeah.
The next part is not.
The next part, which happens in a little bit, I'll explain after we get to... Because there's 2 promos back-to-back. Firstly, Vampiro shows up. He basically says, "Oh, I defeated the Demon, ha ha ha, and I also defeated the Sting, like at Great American Bash last month." And then a bunch of people in Sting masks come out with a grave in a coffin, like carrying the coffin, and Sting also comes.
What is it with Sting and wearing a Sting mask?
That happened twice in his career. That shouldn't happen.
Ever. Why are you... You're Sting. Why are you wearing a mask of yourself?
Psychological warfare!
No, he's the cerebral assassin.
Because it kills your brain!
Ew.
So basically, his fucking Sting comes out of his coffin, beats the shit out of Vampiro, puts him in the coffin.
Confirm that was Sting?
Yes,
his face.
I think they did. I think they mentioned it in commentary. It was a bit hard to see because of the lighting, but
Does this ever get resolved?
I want to. Yes, because I think
Maybe.
because I do remember the next pay-per-view he faced Demon Dale Torborg, who was a part of Dark Carnival, who was also with Vampiro.
Didn't Dale job to Sting in that one?
Yes, he did. He did. I think he only took one move and then lost.
What was he, high on pills or something? Fuck.
Okay, so now we get to the actual point which makes the show infamous. Vince Russo comes out, and we are informed...
That's Vince Russo the boss, not Vince Russo the character. Herp derp.
He comes out and essentially says Hogan is a bullshit...
asshole.
He's an asshole politician.
Which, yes, he is.
Yes,
but
which is true.
You're no better.
And basically says, I work in this company for the Chris Canyons, for the Jeff Jarretts, for the Booker T's, for the Chronics.
No, you work in this company for the boobs.
And also the money.
And the money. Yeah. You don't give a shit about the wrestling. You said it yourself. Fuck off.
Now, and so then he basically says, we're nullifying the title victory. We're going to have a rematch. We're going to have a match later on to determine, to have an actual title match. And says, you might as well rename that belt to the Hulk Hogan Memorial Belt, because from now on, that belt don't mean shit! Do you want to do your big rant? Because I know last time we did this recording, you had this huge rant that didn't really get picked up. But you can go on it if you want.
Seriously. You are still, in essence, calling your title belt a piece of shit that does not mean anything. You are a fucking idiot. Oh, God. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but I hate you, and I just can't stand your ass.
Now, admittedly, in a lot of ways, I think he... Okay, in some ways, Russo actually has a point here, which is ludicrous, but by this time, the fucking WCW championship was like changing hand every 5 days.
And trust me, Hulk Hogan was not the only problem with WCW.
Yeah,
Guaranteed. It was also you, asshole.
Yeah, and he basically, Russo's booking basically kind of destroyed the value, and it really goes to show why you need to, if you're gonna book Russo, you need to have control over what he does.
Don't even have him. Like, even his good shit isn't that good.
Yeah.
Like, everybody says, the Attitude Era was great. No, it wasn't.
Ruthless Aggression Era was better, which has a lot of problems, but at least Ruthless Aggression doesn't have as many dated moments in my eyes.
I realize that I'm coming in from a very new, very novice fan perspective, but if you want the best era of wrestling for equality and quality of matches, right now is the best era you're ever going to get.
Yeah,
it might not be very kayfabe, it might not be very realistic, but it's actual wrestling, and it's diverse in many different ways.
But, yeah. And here's the thing about...
Also, there's no fucking cake matches.
Now, here's the thing about shoot interviews, in my opinion.
Fuck 'em.
But I'm not shoot interviews, shoot promos.
Shoot anything.
Well, shoot interviews I think are fine, because those are just like regular interviews, only they're out of character.
Okay.
But war shoot promos, or just shoot promos in general, kind of feel a bit... I feel like they can only work very rarely. Like, the only time I can really think of is CM Punk in 2012 or 2011.
It's just not really very professional to air your dirty laundry on TV like that. It's like, can you not do this behind closed doors, or to the guy's face even? Because Hulk Hogan didn't even know this happened until they got back to Atlanta.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that in a second, but the thing is, why something like the CM Punk promo worked is because it kind of tied into the story they were trying to tell, and also along with that, you couldn't not tell me that he was actually right about that. Cena was seen as the top guy. He even though he probably shouldn't have been. There was a lot. He was kind of built as the central focus of the company at the time, and
at least CM Punk has the high ground.
Yeah,
he was completely right about all of this, and WWE is a shit company, but they still soldier on and they're doing what they're doing. But who cares?
So. The original
CM Punk in AEW, come on, you can do it, guys.
So, the original plan for this was, to my knowledge, they were gonna hold a title tournament, and the winner of that tournament would be crowned at Halloween Havoc. And at the end of the tournament, Hulk Hogan would show up with the World Championship.
How about stop booking tournaments? Stop doing it, because you've done it before and it still sucked.
But he was going to come in, and basically it was going to be essentially what the whole Punk and Cena feud was, and they were going to crown the real world champion. And that would have been good. However, what happened was, it was kind of a whole he said, she said thing, where Russo says he was following the script, but Hogan and Bischoff say, no, that was basically him just trying to take a chance at shitting on Hogan on national television. And so, basically, this would lead into a court. Russo would be sued by Hogan and Bischoff, and that would eventually be settled out of court, I believe. I forgot who won, but
I want to believe, because this one sounds like it's more logical, that coming out and defacing your wrestler and defacing your title was not a part of the plan, because this seems petty as fuck.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with shoot promos. Either talk it out in the office or leave if you have a problem. Don't waste viewers' money and time airing your bullshit. That's my problem.
The
viewers did not need to hear or see this, and yet we're stuck with it.
The good news is we're almost done.
Yeah, great.
Goldberg versus Kevin Nash.
Fuck it.
So last month Bash of the Beach, not Bash, the Great American Bash.
A bash
Goldberg,
of some kind.
yeah,
The
Goldberg.
bash.
Goldberg turned heel for the first time in his career,
Good
and
for him.
he and this match basically boils down to if Goldberg wins, then Scott Hall's contract will be terminated. The Outsiders are going to be done for. Funny story.
It's Santa's sleigh versus Super Shredder.
Funny story about this. Scott Hall was not in the company at this time. For some reason, they decided to bring Hall's name in, despite the fact he was far away. And in fact, I think he was working in WCW at this time.
ECW.
ECW, thank you. He was working in ECW at the time. And so, like, why bring him in? Why not just have this just be a fucking grudge match? Why involve Hall's contract? We all know what's going to happen. Scott Hall at this time was a horrible mess, and I'm glad he got better. But there was no way he could have legitimately been able to actually come back into the company. So why even bring him in?
I believe last time you said if you could have a time machine and bring DDP Yoga back to like 2000, maybe, but no.
Yeah. Well, actually, that was Brian Zane who said that. Yeah. Anyways, so it's an okay match. I think they make references to Starrcade 98 or 97. 98 because
pay-per-view. What is this?
Because they infamously won the main event, and that was kind of a shitty main event. But it's and at the end of the match, Scott Steiner comes in.
You know,
Punches Nash in the dick, costs them the match. Goldberg hits him with the spear, and Goldberg wins.
if you look at a lot of what the NWO actually did, it's not very good. Like, was
when
this
they
considered a good part of WCW? Because it's not that good.
No.
It's eh.
Yeah. But it's just, God, fuck this. Yeah, he didn't make it. Why Steiner turned on him? I'm not sure why. I'm sure he probably explained it in Nitro. Rick, fuck if I know.
Where's he been for like the last couple pay-per-views?
Maybe he was injured at the time. I'm not entirely sure.
I missed.
Or maybe he was just. Oh, Rick Steiner. I thought you were talking about Ric Flair. Steiner, I think he was. I'm not entirely sure. He was either booked on like some of the like lower level shows, like for example, I think Saudi Night, I believe, or he was probably just being used at house shows. Either or. Anyways, into the finale, the final match in the card, and a decent one, thank God.
If you say so.
Jeff Jarrett taking on Booker T. It was good. I think it was okay. Like, sure, it wasn't like Okada versus Omega, but like, it's passable.
You mean it wasn't dancing?
It wasn't dancing.
I'm kidding.
So, but the thing is, like, they brawl to the outside. They exchange some holds. They
It's late 90s WCW. Just deal with it.
Yeah, but then what happens is, I believe Jarrett lays out a referee with a stroke. He, I think, tries to El Kabal.
I'm about to have a stroke. This sucks.
He lays out another referee, I think, and eventually.
Also, if most of your wins are based on hitting people with a guitar, are you really that good of a wrestler?
You're better off as a hardcore wrestler then.
Why did he never have a hardcore reign?
Jeff Jarrett, king of the deathmatch.
Death matches are stupid. Move on.
So, that would have, but eventually Booker T hits him with the bookends and wins the WCW Championship for the first time in his career. The crowd is actually happy, and we end the show.
Like, I'm happy for Booker T. Just wish it could have been on a better show.
Me too. This pay-per-view sucked.
Like, even this okay match has some form of interference, and it's like, why did you need it?
Even good matches have problems with them that really kind of bogs it down. Like the Canyon and Booker T match with the confusing finish and Jarrett running down.
Like the book and the El Kabong. It's like, do you need it all? You could have
The
taken one thing
Lieutenant
off.
Loco and Huey match that had all the MIA and
All the MIA and
yeah,
Misfits,
bullshit.
MIA and Filthy Animals shit. It's and then the cake match and then all this other crap. Ugh.
Overall, don't watch the
Seriously,
show. Don't
there
watch
was
the
not
show unless you like to make a drinking game out of the Vince Russo shit in it.
there was actually not one match that had a clean finish. Go back, you'll see it. There's not one that has a clean finish.
Oh my god, you're right. Because, well, yeah, because maybe the hardcore match, but even
Nope,
then,
hardcore isn't clean.
huh?
Well, hardcore had a fucked up finish, so.
But yeah, this show
Okay,
it sucks.
here's how you play the Vince Russo drinking game. Every time there is some form of interference that is not wrestling, take a shot. Every time some woman tries to show her breasts, take a shot. Every time there's a bunch of bitching about politics, take a shot. You'll be drunk in 5 minutes.
So I guess that concludes our episode this week.
Pretty much. Anything new happening in the world of Tokyo at all?
Well, the newest episode of Zenkai was released last week.
Should we mention the current state of the world at this point?
In terms of Tokusatsu, or
In terms of how this will affect Tokusatsu.
yes. So, well, I'll talk about the episode firstly. So, I actually really it was a continuation from what happened the week prior with this new character Stacy, who kind of acts very similar to Kamen Rider The End, where he summons evil versions of previous teams.
His name is Stacy.
Yes, his name is Stacy.
Okay then.
But what happens is, in this episode, they get sent into into like these different dimensions due to these doors that randomly appear, and eventually, the Zenkai guy,
Kai.
the main leader, the dude.
His name is Kai.
Thank you, Kai.
No, Kai's the other guy.
The
Zen Kaiser.
yeah, Zenkai is he goes ahead and he fights Stacy in like a little forest. And it's actually a really nice fight. And eventually, the Zenkaijers fight the giant robots from the other seasons.
Yeah.
But what's actually really interesting is the end of the episode, as we get the debut of Two Kaiser, who is a reference to Gokaiger. He is essentially a theater kid who does a little gay dance, and then he
Does a
transforms.
little gay dance.
Yes, that's what he is. He has a fucking musical number. He starts off with a
Is that what you call a musical number?
no. That's
It's a
what I
gay
called what he
dance.
does.
It's a gay dance. Okay.
No, that's what I call what he does, because he comes out, he does a little song and dance, and then he transforms, and then he does another song and dance, and then he
So
transforms.
he's a Kyoryuger at this point.
Yes, he is. He's a
God
Kyoryuger
damn it.
with a tie. Yeah, but I actually really liked his thing, and also I think he has a very fun personality from what I've seen.
He has a fun personality and a great gay dance. I just love that.
This
I'm sorry.
but it's kind of like, it looks a bit like a gold version. It looks like a gold version of the Super Samurai mode from Samurai.
Yes, yeah,
It looks
yeah.
like that, and Gokaiger had the fusion dance.
So speaking of like a gold version of things, there's been some rumors that we're getting another like new Ranger in Dino Fury.
Oh yes, the six.
Aside from the Sixth Ranger, which is it's cool, but or did we talked about the Sixth Ranger like last time?
I'm
Or
not
last
sure
time we
because I think so, maybe.
Well-
Because right now they're on hiatus, so
Yeah, they're on
this
hiatus
has to
right
be
now.
when they'll.
So some current events from Dino Fury right now are the Sixth Ranger. It's our first ever African American Sixth Ranger somehow, and it could be moving to Netflix.
Really now? Why is that?
I don't know why, but it could just be moving to Netflix,
I would
which
actually.
means I'll actually be able to watch
Yeah,
it.
more people will watch it because I'm not
'Cause
waking
who-
up at 6 o'clock. I'm not waking up at like
Seriously.
8 o'clock in the morning to watch
Who
it.
watches Nickelodeon anymore? Who?
Kids?
Good for them, but none of us do.
Yes, because we're not the token audience for
And
them.
kids have Netflix.
Yeah.
Will it be on Netflix Kids though? Is the question.
But anyways,
But there's one more part, and there's been rumors floating around about a new American Creation Ranger, which is a female like white ranger. I saw that floating around, but it's not like real or anything.
No, it sucks. That would have been cool though.
I think it's just like a color swap of somebody.
Huh.
But it would be cool if it happened, but I don't think it is.
But anyways, what Justin was talking about that he wanted me to mention was that right now I believe Japan is in a state of emergency. New Japan recently canceled some of their upcoming shows, and this might affect the filming of the rest of Kamen Rider Sable. Since I was
Saber's still going?
yeah, I messed because I was talking to Justin about this earlier in private, and I mistakenly said that Sable ended recently, but actually no, because I was going off of Overtime's sub list, and they listed Kamen Rider 01 as the latest as the last episode, because they recently finished subbing 01, and I for some reason misread that as Sable.
Why does it feel like Saber's been going on for like years now?
I guess just because it was not weird, because like I think because
Did
it was
did
the
it have
first.
to take a hiatus because of world events before, or did it not have to do that?
It didn't have to do that because they were finishing up Kamen Rider 01
I see.
during the pandemic. So anyways, but this
Ah,
might
the Reiwa
affect.
era's doing great, isn't it?
But this might affect filming of both Zenkaijo and Sable.
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure about this. But considering the fact that they're already in a state of emergency, assuming if they still have stuff to film, I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, none of this has gotten to America yet, but be ready.
Yeah. And for all we know, this might actually affect, assuming if it does come to America, another huge wave of COVID, this might also affect both wrestling and Power Rangers, since Power Rangers are currently on the hiatus, and I assume during the summer, that's when they're going to be filming the rest of the season.
Who decided that we should have 8 episodes and then a break? Why?
I'm not sure. I guess
I
it's
don't know.
just kind
Just
of.
release it all on Netflix, please.
Yeah,
Release
releasing
it
it all on Netflix is probably the better idea, especially
I can,
since
like,
cable's a
watch it
dying
in-
medium.
It really is. But apparently, both of the things that we like are still on cable for some reason.
Well, that's mostly because you can't. Well, that's mostly because it's kind of hard to do live sports on the internet. I would say in terms.
Why?
Maybe.
You can do live streams on the internet, but you can't do
yeah.
live sports.
I don't know. Maybe they probably have like a. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's current events for this week. So let's
Wrap it up.
let's say go or whatever. Anyway,
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time with hopefully a better thing.
probably.